So now we've moved on to the other side of the business model canvas, the cost side. And what we've got are 3 blocks that make up our main cost components. So let's start with key resources. If we look at key resources, what we're really talking about here is everything that it takes to put together your good or your service. And what we've got physical. So for Tesla, we have boron, we have lithium, everything that goes into the batteries, everything that actually makes up the physical car. We've got intellectual. And for this, they actually have patents, they have all sorts of intellectual property, but they're interesting. They don't hoard that. They actually put that out into the wild and they say, use our intellectual property, use these resources, you guys go and make your own cars. And it's brilliant. What they're actually doing with this key resource is they're saying, hey, go make your standards universal, but by the way, when you make your plugins, when you make your cars, it's all gonna be the Tesla standard. By the way, when you use our innovations, it's gonna build out this network of charging stations that makes sense for our cars. So physical, intellectual, and the last one that you really wanna think about, financial. And what's that? Money. We all know what it is, but for Tesla, where they get it is most important. They go to market. They go to the stock market. They use this excitement that builds this fanaticism behind their brand, and they say, hey, you want to own a piece of it? Good, give us your money. And then they use that to fund their intellectual resources and their physical resources. So that can be think of together as everything that is going to make your product or service. If we move on to our next block, it's key activities, and it extends out of our key resources. They're inextricably linked. The key activities is everything you need to do to transform your raw materials and then get them through with the value chain into your customers' hands. So our key activities for Tesla, we heard one. We heard they innovate, they come up with all sorts of new intellectual property. For them, a key activity is going to be research and development, R&D. They're going to need to keep innovating to figure out how to stay ahead of the industry. Another key activity for them, that one's a neat one. Network effects. A key activity for them is to keep building up the excitement, keep building up all of the conversation, the public discourse around electric, to get it into a network effect where more companies start building electric cars, we start building more charging stations, we start building the infrastructure to support it, which means more people will in turn buy electric cars. And all of that is a key activity, this building of the network. So they're doing a lot of R&D, and they're building the infrastructure, which is going to support their product. The last one is partners. And this one is who you actually need to partner with to bring your product to market. So this is for them going to be their battery manufacturer. It's going to be some of their third-party assembly people. But it's also going to be government. And why do we care that this one is a key partner for them? We care because they live in a really special market where things like subsidies incentivize us to buy these Teslas at prices that maybe we couldn't afford normally. It also means that the government is going to look at regulations. Things like, hey, you want to put together a self-driving car, we're not going to stop you. They're going to put together regulations that allow you to go forward as a company. That's key for them. A key partner is the government. So with this combination, who they're working with, what they're doing, and these resources, physical, intellectual, financial, all of this is their cost side, everything that they need to do to get their product or service to the customer.